Hello everyone, welcome to the second edition of 3 Unrated Extremes. This is my series where I go through 3 unrated extreme demons, give you guys my opinions on it, and tell you if it should be rated or not. Last edition, we based it around Retta levels, and this edition we're going to be basing it around love, because if you look at the day, it's Valentine's Day today. Anyways, sit back, relax, grab your partner whether they're real or imaginary, and enjoy the video. It's been a while since I last uploaded, but here we are. Happy Valentine's Day to anybody who has a significant other, but knowing the Geometry Dash community, that's, not very likely. Today we're going to be beating 3 loved-themed extreme demons. I say 3 loved-themed extreme demons, but only 2 of them have the word love in them, and then the other one I just threw in because I couldn't find anywhere else to put it. Anyways, our first extreme demon on this list is Love by ASHHY. This is a remake slash fan-made remake of Moment by Lexycat, and it's pretty easy. This is going to be the easiest level on the list today, but yeah, this is probably around Cataclysm difficulty, so if you really like Moment and you're not quite at the skill level to beat Moment, this is a pretty good alternative. Anyways, like always, I'm going to go into the level and give you guys some tips and tricks on how to beat it. Alright, so here we have the beginning. It's not that bad. You just pretty much got to control your ship. This should be pretty easy to learn, but it does get annoying to get consistent from 0. Anyways, after that ship, we're immediately into the first part of the drop, and this part isn't too bad. I mean, if you get your own click pattern down, you'll immediately learn it. One thing I do recommend is that once you pass this UFO section right here, if you just hold this black orb, you can hold into the wave and then just click again. It's really easy to do compared to just clicking multiple times like this. The click pattern for this part is kind of weird, but it gets very consistent. This first part is very easy to understand compared to like Moment, because the part that this is trying to replicate from Moment in Moment is actually pretty learny, but here it's actually quite easy. Anyways, after these few clicks, you actually get to the ship part, and in every Moment level, there has to be this, white ship part with all the black structures. This one's very simple, actually. You can pretty much hold all of the orbs in the middle, and then you are usually aligned for the click after it. The only exception, I'm pretty sure, is like you have to let go of some of them, but once you learn which ones you have to let go of, it's simple. But yeah, as you can see, I'm holding for most of these inputs here. You might need to click some of these inputs as early as possible just to get them super consistent, but other than that, it's really not that bad. All right, and here you have the post-drop section. It's once again very straightforward. Unfortunately, there's not a lot for me to say about this level because in general it's very straightforward, but yeah, it takes a lot of practice. I would definitely recommend practicing the second half of this level a lot more because it just ends up being super annoying if you die here a lot, especially because this level does get super consistent. Also, I'm going to point out this wave right here. It doesn't look that hard right now, but it's ridiculous. I don't know why it's so tight like this. And it's like such a sudden transition. All right, and then right here you have this strange extension that's like heaven themed. Once more, you can just hold after every input, but you really just got to remember when to let go. It's very chokeable, honestly. But yeah, as long as you know where your hitboxes are, like right here, for example, you'll be fine. This part will never be an issue. This release right here is actually very hard. Like getting this down is actually pretty difficult, and you could mess up the clicks right after it, but just make sure you don't do that. This click right here, do not just do one big swoop like this. You can do it if you want, but I definitely do just recommend doing an extra click in the middle here just to align yourself a bit better. And then make sure you don't do what I just did there where you go up too high. You want to just let go of it and then hold. And again, this pink orb right here, you can just click it and then click in the middle again. You don't have to do like this big swoop like this. That can be pretty inconsistent. But yeah, after this blue orb right here, you just got to hold to the end. Anyways, yeah, that was Love. Unfortunately, there's not much for me to say about Love because, I beat it quick. I beat it a long time ago. And I don't know, it's just a really short level, so there wasn't much for me to say tutorial-wise. Anyways, what I can say, though, is that I gave Love a 6 out of 10 in terms of enjoyment. The gameplay was really fun, but it was dragged down quite a bit by just how inconsistent it was to learn. And some of the timings were awkward, and there were some clear choke points, but they were really easy to learn, so there's not much. The whole problem I have with this level is that it just felt boring, but that's not really the level's fault. It's my fault because I'm way above the skill level. of this level, so it was just pretty unenjoyable for me. And in terms of decoration, I gave the level an 8 out of 10 actually. I think this does improve on moment style quite a bit. I think the ending part is a bit questionable in terms of quality, but the parts that it actually directly references moment from, those are pretty good. I think it does improve the deco style quite a lot. I did find moments decoration to be quite a bit iffy when I played it, even though I still kind of enjoyed it, but Love was a pretty good improvement of Moment, so I'll give it that. Anyways, that's all I have to say for Love. Yes! Let's go! I beat it. After a mental breakdown. Okay, the next level on our list, and the second easiest level on this list, is Anyone Can Find Love by BeanieDGG. Anyways, this is yet another remake of Moments. It's significantly shorter than other remakes. I think it's only around like 30 or 40 seconds long, but it's really short and it's really awkward. I think it's even more awkward than Moment, but it's significantly easier than it. But yeah, I have nothing else to say before going into the level. So I actually found the beginning of Anyone Can Find Love to be quite annoying. It requires a lot of ship control and it's not the fun kind. Honestly, it's pretty annoying ship control if I'm going to be honest. This level does use 2.2 gravity, so if that irks you, then you shouldn't play this level. And then here's the part where I find the level to be awkward. There's just these specific clicks right here that are pretty annoying, but it's still not too bad. This blue orb right here, oh my god. This blue orb right here can actually be pretty annoying, but if you just hold for a little bit before entering the portal, you can align yourself a bit better for it. And this wave click right here is pretty buns. All right, and just like every other Moment remake, you have the drop part right at the beginning. This one isn't as bad as the other Moment remake levels. It's just pretty spammy. Once you learn this first specific part of the drop, it's not bad at all. Most of the difficulty in this level, by the way, comes from visuals, because in reality, this isn't that hard. It's just that the visuals make it very hard. But yeah, as you can see, this level, just like Love, is pretty linear, so there's not much for me to say. So these two blue orb clicks in the ship, you want to click the first one just like in the middle of the orb, and then the second one as early as possible so you can adjust for the stray fly. That stray fly can be done in like one click, by the way, so don't overclick. So the ship part right here, the white ship part with the black blocks, this is actually the most awkward part of the level. So like right here, this first part, I would just hold into the blue pad and then just like do like kind of a curve fly like this. It was really awkward, but it got consistent over time. And then right here, you could just not press anything. But yeah, right here, when you enter this mini portal and 4x speed portal, the clouds actually are a block, so don't worry about holding and doing some weird awkward click. You can just align yourself for the straight fly that way. And then this right here is where the level starts to get like super awkward because of visuals and just other awkward timings. And then once you pass this spider part right here, you get to the final cube. This first click of the final cube is like the hardest click of the entire like level. But other than that, the rest of this is just pretty straightforward. It's just annoying if you die here, so make sure you practice this part a lot. This wave right here is actually pretty cool, despite like, you know, the seizure-inducing flashes. This last click right here isn't as late of a click as you'd like it to be. You can click it just like in the middle and you'll be fine, so don't overestimate that click. It will cost you. Anyways, yeah, that was Anyone Can Find Love. Really short tutorial. I didn't honestly have much to say because this level, once again, is very linear because it's an easy extreme. But in terms of enjoyment, I did give Anyone Can Find Love a 6 out of 10. 10. The gameplay was pretty solid, just like Love. It's just moment gameplay. It's more awkward than the other ones, but I got past the awkwardness really fast and ended up enjoying it. And I didn't find any clear choke points in the level, so that was also a plus. In terms of decoration, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I actually really like the effects in this level, despite them being like super seizure inducing, and I actually like the decoration. I don't know what it was with this level for the decoration for me, but it just ended up being pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say about Anyone Can Find Love. Dude, I beat it right after. I'm not even joking. I beat it right fucking after I died at the start of the last click. What the fuck? I just reset my clipping software. Alright, and for the final level of the Valentine's Day 3 Unrated Extreme Special, we have Femboy Fantasy by Sensawa. Originally, this was gonna be Gravity, and then it got rated. Okay, so here's how it was supposed to go. I beat Gravity, and then I beat Love, and then I was like, I'm just gonna wait for a new moment level to get rated. Or not rated, get released. And Anyone Can Find Love got released, and then like a few weeks later, when I was like, you know, just recovering from my upload burnout, Gravity got rated, and I was like, damn, I have to find a level to fill it in. I never ended up finding a new moment level, so I'm just putting this here. I didn't beat this specifically for this video. I was gonna put this in another 3 unrated extremes for like 9 circles, but I decided I'm not gonna beat 3 unrated 9 circles levels. But yeah, Femboy Fantasy by Sensawa. I know Sensawa as a creator, they're really good at their levels, and you know, they released ASHHY, which I really like ASHHY. Yeah, Femboy Fantasy is no different. It's pretty solid, actually, but I'll go into that later. Alright, the beginning is very easy. There's not much for me to say besides that. It's just a very easy beginning. I'm pretty sure this level uses like a Toradora opening or something. Alright, anyways, after all that, you get to the drop after this triple spike, and it's just a 9 circles wave. The visibility is pretty hard in this level, but once you learn the wave click patterns, it's not that bad. It's just a bunch of like going against the gravity portals and fast inputs. Also, these portal inputs right here, if you're not familiar with them, I definitely would recommend practicing them because there's a lot of portal inputs like this where you have to click midway through a gap. I don't know if there will be much for me to say about the wave sections here. Finally, something I can say, right here at this dual portal, don't worry about clicking too much. You can just click once like that and you'll be fine. 1, 2, and then you're good. This click pattern right here is very awkward, by the way, these 3 clicks right here, and then going into this. It's just really awkward, and I disliked it. Anyways, I feel really bad because I didn't get to say much about the wave, but I don't know if you can necessarily blame me because, like I said, it's a very linear wave. There's not really any learniness to it besides, like, learning the click pattern, which is something the users should do, so I feel like this whole, like, 3 unrated extremes video is pretty awkward for me to make because these levels are super linear, and any skips in the level were already found. By found, by the way, I mean they were patched out or they don't exist. Anyways, yeah, the ending here, as soon as you see the background, just click. Then you can get past that last spike. It's really easy. Yeah, that was Femboy Fantasy. I'm really sorry I didn't get to say much for the entire fucking, you know, level, but I will say that I gave it a 6 out of 10 gameplay enjoyment. It was a really solid 9 circles level, and mostly because it was easy. The post and pre-drops are very forgiving in this level, but there is a few awkward clicks. And in terms of decoration, I give it a 7 out of 10. I really liked the post-drop decoration and the drop decoration, but the pre-drop decoration was a bit, like, you know, empty. But yeah, that's honestly all I have to say about Femboy Fantasy. Oh, let's go. I beat Femboy Fantasy. Hey there, this is post-editing Aerodynosaur, here to tell you guys about my new, it's not really new, but it's like a newer channel. But I still want to tell you about it for a second because this channel is actually pretty important to me. So I accidentally ended up deleting the community message I made on my channel, but I moved all my variety content over to my Aerodynosaur After Hours channel, which I'll have linked in the description at the very bottom. If you're interested in watching me play other games besides Geometry Dash, like Minecraft, Lethal Company, or other games like Repo, then yeah, feel free to check the channel out. In my opinion, the videos there are a lot better than the Geometry Dash videos I make because, you know, they're actually pretty funny. But yeah, I would definitely recommend checking the channel out if you guys haven't already. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop shilling for that now. I'm just totally gonna separate my GD content and my variety content from now on, mostly because I actually want to branch off into variety content more than doing GD content, honestly, because I find it more fun, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna completely quit GD YouTube. Anyways, I'd also like to thank my YouTube members, Ashicats and Abyssalcore, before I end the video. If you're interested in becoming a YouTube member, I will actually allow for early access to my Aerodyne After Hours channel, so you'll get early access to my variety content on top of my GD content, so yeah, that's gonna be a pretty nice bonus, and it's only 99 cents. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.